back to my channel. So if you are new here, thanks for stopping by. My name is Delana, and if you are not new here, thanks for coming back and thank you for your support. So this is a video that was requested by my subscriber Kirsten Alexander. So thanks Kirsten for always being a loyal subscriber. She always likes my videos, always is commenting on my social media posts, like on Instagram and Facebook and everything, and it really means the world to me. Her and her sister Megan both follow me, and they're always just so involved, and I really appreciate that. So shout out to you guys, it really means the world to me. This video is dedicated to you as per your request. So today we are going to be trying on a bunch of drugstore makeup. We have a lot of e.l.f. here. We have some BH Cosmetics, which is not technically drugstore, but it is affordable, so it kind of falls into that drugstore price range, because that's really the most important thing whenever we're looking at drugstore things, is the price range. So BH Cosmetics, you do have to order online unless you have a Riley Rose that's local to you, which is where I got my BH Cosmetics brushes, but that is the only store that I believe carries BH Cosmetics. So I do highly recommend ordering them online because they run a lot of good sales. There's always coupons and sales, and you can get this stuff for dirt cheap. So order online. We have a ton of e.l.f. We have some Maybelline. Most of the stuff I will be trying on today is brand new. However, we do have some things like these powders from CoverGirl and Maybelline, this contour palette, and this eyeliner. Oh, and these lashes. Are falling apart. These lashes from Kiss. I obviously have used all of these before. They are opened. Not everything is going to be brand new, but most of it is, and all of it is drugstore, except, and I'm so sorry about this, but I'm gonna have to use my brow pomade from Anastasia simply because I completely forgot to get something for brows, and I just need to freaking film this video already because I've been promising this video for months now, and here we are. So I promised I will follow up with a good brow product, especially for redheads, but I'm gonna be using my Anastasia brow pomade, but that's just because, again, I completely forgot to get something for my brows, but everything else is drugstore. So let's get into this. I'm so excited. Look at how cute this mug is. It says, "Good morning, gorgeous." And I got this for me and my husband because it had a matching set. One said, "Good morning, handsome," and this one says, "Good morning, gorgeous." So it's pretty cute. I have already completely done my skincare routine this morning because I was bad and I slept in my makeup last night because I'm the worst person ever. So I'm most excited about these brushes. So let's just freaking break into these brushes. This is the BH Cosmetics Pink Perfection 10-piece brush set. I love BH Cosmetics. I've bought a kit of theirs before. As you can see, I have the little holder that it came with right here, and I use it for my eyeliners and my lip pencils. These holders are so good. They're really nice quality. They feel sturdy. I got this whole thing for, this is 10-piece brush set with a quality holder. I've had this black and silver one for years, and it is still going strong, and it has traveled with me in my makeup bag, clacking and clunking around in there, and I mean, it still looks almost perfect. A little bit dirty, but so these are quality. These are really nice. 10-piece brush set, and this cost me $24. I believe it retails for $24, so really freaking good price. Oh, and I got this Paradise. I got that at Riley Rose as well at the same time that I bought these because it was only 20 bucks. I was like, oh my gosh, that is so cute. I need to have that. So I'm just gonna open this up here. I'm just gonna go ahead and take all of the brushes out of the wrapper and just plop them back in here. So I was going to buy a bunch of individual brushes from e.l.f., but that was gonna be a lot less cost effective, and I know that whenever you are looking for drugstore products, you want a full face makeup with drugstore products, it's because you are looking to spend as little money as possible. So that is why I went to BH Cosmetics, because you can get the best quality brushes for the lowest price. Not the best quality in the entire world, but for the price, this is the best quality you're gonna freaking get. And I personally think these are better than e.l.f. brushes, and they're less expensive. So I like the shapes better than the e.l.f. brushes. I mean, just everything about them is so much better. So I'm just gonna set that aside now that we're all unwrapped. And the other thing I got, because y'all know we gotta have our beauty blenders, this is the blending sponge from e.l.f. Oh, and it's latex free. So this retails for only $5. If this works as well as the Beauty Blender, that's gonna be a huge thing, or even the Real Technique sponges, which I normally use, just because this one, I mean, the Beauty Blender retails for $20, and the Real Technique sponges, I believe you get a pack of 2 for $15, if I'm not mistaken. If this works just as well as either of those sponges, this is gonna save you a lot of freaking money. So let me go get this damp really quick, and I'll be right back. All right, I think, like at first I was thinking, wow, this is like really, really firm, but I think it's actually gonna, oh yeah, that's really nice. Yeah, I think this is gonna be really nice. I'm excited. Next, I went ahead because I know that we're trying to save money. So I got this e.l.f. primer. This is a priming mist, which you can use to prime and set your face. So I was like, hey, if we're trying to save money, we want products that can do more than one thing. So I went ahead and reached for a setting mist that can also prime the face. And let's see how much this one retails for. Oh, and it looks like they have several different primer mists. So they have like an illuminating one, a mattifying one, and this is the Aqua Beauty Primer Mist. And this one is $8, which in comparison to Urban Decay All Nighter, for example, which is $32. If this works just as well, we're gonna save some big bucks. However, Kat Von D does retail for $22, but still that's like more than twice the price. So looking forward to this guy. Really hoping none of this breaks me out, because if you've been following me for a while, you might know already that I get very sensitive to drugstore products, and I think it just has to do with quality of ingredients. Whenever we're going from low-end to high-end products, the high-end products obviously have high quality ingredients. So I'm just really, really hoping my skin agrees with this stuff. All right, so I decided to be smart and write down all the prices of everything so I don't have to look it up. I'm so good at being a YouTuber. You know what? I'm just gonna open it as I go rather than wasting a bunch of time opening it right at the beginning. So let's start with our foundation. Well, primer, because that's what we're supposed to start with. Okay. I'm gonna start with the e.l.f. Aqua Primer Mist. I hope this is a little bit hydrating because since it says aqua, I love my hydration. Hold on, I'm gonna test it first. Oh yeah, see that spit? Oh, that's a strong mist. Yikes, I'm a little bit scared. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's not a very kind mist. Not very gentle. Oh, wow. It's a little rough. I got a little bit in my mouth and it doesn't taste bad, so that's a plus. Let that settle in for a moment. I'm really excited to try this sponge. So let me go ahead and open up. This is the e.l.f. Oil-Free SPF 15 Sunscreen Flawless Finish Foundation in the shade Natural, previously known as Porcelain. This is the lightest shade that they had, at least the lightest shade that I could find. I went to CVS and I also went to Target. I'm a little bit concerned that it's not gonna be light enough for me, but you never know. Let's find out. This one retails for $6. $6 freaking dollars. So, disclaimer, I have used this foundation before. However, the last time I bought it, and it was years ago, the last time I bought it, I wore it once and then I lost it. I don't know how I did that, but I did. And the shade that I got for myself was too dark, so it was kind of hard to judge exactly how much I liked it. So hopefully this will be a good match for me so that we can get a good idea of how we actually like this foundation. Apply generously 15 minutes before sun exposure. Reapply at least every 2 hours. So I believe it's telling you to reapply at least every 2 hours because that's how often you're supposed to reapply your sunscreen. So that's my guess. However, it could be just because it's not a very long-lasting foundation. We shall see. But more often than not, whenever a foundation says that, it's because of the sunscreen in it. And if you're wearing it for the sunscreen purposes, you need to reapply it every 2 hours. I'm gonna start with the smaller side of the sponge because the bigger side just looks like too much for me. Like, I don't know if I can handle that. Oh yeah, this color is not bad at all. Heavily scented. Very, very heavily scented. And I remember that from the last time I got it. Not a lot of coverage right off the bat. That could be either because of the sponge or the product. Who knows? I do like that color. As long as it doesn't change much, if at all, should be totally fine. I will say this very, very large sponge is hard to get into the corners and all the crevices of my face. But wow, look at that glow so far. I wonder if that's from the primer mist that I put on. Honestly, right now it feels like it's stinging my face just a little bit, but just in the areas where I have a little bit of a reaction from a face mask that I use, which I've talked about in my previous videos. I do feel like I can feel it on my face a little bit, like all over, and I think that's because of the fragrance in it. My skin and fragrance in products do not get along well. So I'm a little bit concerned that this might make me break out, but hopefully not. We're gonna hope for the best. I'm just going to build up that coverage a little bit. Alright, so there is the sponge. However, I'm still not getting the kind of coverage that I want in the center of my face. It doesn't look bad. It's just like a medium coverage, and I want just a little bit more coverage. So I'm going to take the foundation brush from my BH Cosmetics kit, and I'm just going to try to build up that coverage just in the center of the face right here. Kind of especially around my nose area. I don't think you're gonna get any more than a medium coverage out of this foundation. No matter how much I'm building it up, it's staying in that medium coverage range, which is totally fine. That's just what it is, you know? However, the texture of it so far looks super, super freaking nice. Like, it looks very, very skin-like, has a nice sheen, like a nice glow to it. Just not a big fan of the feeling of it, and that's just because I have sensitive skin. And so fragrance and sunscreen can really irritate my skin sometimes, so hopefully it won't be that bad. All right, so I got a color correcting stick from e.l.f. as well, because you guys know I cannot get away without doing a color corrector. Normally I'm using my Lancome color corrector, but today we are using the e.l.f. color correcting stick, and this one retails for $4. So at least that's what it said on the e.l.f. website. Most of all the prices that I got for the e.l.f. product are off of the e.l.f. website. They may vary a little bit from store to store. Drugstore products tend to do that, like whether you go to CVS or Target or Walmart, they tend to vary. So if it is slightly different wherever you go, and also wherever you live, that can also change it. So where I got it, it was $4. And this is the color correcting stick in the shade Light, or the color correct dark circles for light skin tones is what it says. Whatever. Oh, that's a really nice color. That's like a perfect color. Feels really creamy and soft. A good amount of pigment. I really thought that I was going to put this on and it was going to do like virtually nothing. I'm going to try to blend it in with my sponge here. If I can get in there. This sponge is so large. All right, my dark circles are looking nice and orange now. That actually corrected really, really well. I like it so far. As long as it blends well and it wears well, all should be well. Okay, so the next product I have for concealer is the Under Eye Concealer and Highlighter in Light Glow, I think. Don't know, do they even have shade names? I don't know. And this one is from e.l.f. and it retails for $3. Easily and effectively correct under eye problematic areas. Helps reduce the appearance of wrinkles, dark circles, and puffiness. Contains vitamin A and E, chamomile, and green tea to help moisturize, soothe, and tighten the skin around the delicate eye area. Apply conceal under the eye and gently pat in. Add highlight cream to get instant brightening boost. Highlighter can also be used as an eyeshadow base. Oh, neat. Well, I have an eyeshadow base, so I'm not going to use it as an eyeshadow base today, but good to know. So I guess I apply the concealer side first. I have a feeling this is not going to be very pigmented. I don't know about this concealer. What is this brush? Number 5, super helpful. Let me try to blend it in a little bit with that foundation brush. Maybe the sponge is absorbing all the product. Nope. It's just not working too well. It's not awful, it's just not, like, I just feel like it's not covering all the way. It's pretty dang thin consistency, so it just really feels like it's not doing much. And if there is anything that you need to be pigmented, it's your freaking concealer. That stuff is supposed to cover. Yeah, like, I honestly feel like the foundation had more coverage than this. This is virtually nothing. Well, let me try the highlight shade. Maybe it'll help to brighten up a little bit. I'm just gonna bring that like right into the inner corners here. just right where I have my darkest parts of my eyes. And I'm actually just gonna use my finger to blend that in. Ah, it's acting weird. What is it doing? Stop. Yeah, I'm not feeling this concealer at all. That light in the inner corners, like on camera, it definitely helped to brighten up a little bit, but it's really not doing much. I just feel like I can see my dark circles, like they're still there. Why are they still there? Go away. All right, so I guess we'll go ahead and set those dark circles in place. So I'm gonna take this is the CoverGirl Advanced Radiance Powder. I did hear somebody talk about this. Was it Tati? I don't remember who it was that talked about this powder that just like said that they freaking loved it. I've had this powder for years, like 2 years, I think, 2 or 3, because I bought it a long time ago whenever the new Star Wars movie was coming out, and it was like a huge thing, and CoverGirl had their Star Wars collection, and I was like, oh, I want to do a tutorial using all CoverGirl products in honor of the new Star Wars movie. And so I went and I bought all CoverGirl products, and this is one of the products that I bought with it, and I'm excited to use it again because after whomever it was that I watched that talked about it so much, I was like, oh, I totally forgot about that powder. I need to try it again because I don't really remember my opinion on it. So I'm just gonna use the e.l.f. blush brush, and I'm just gonna take that and first smooth out any creases and press that right onto my under eyes. Oh, that actually gave me a nice little bit of coverage. Not a ton. I still feel like I can see my dark circles a little bit, but it gave me more. So I'm just using this brush to really pack it into the areas that my foundation moves and separates throughout the day, and then I'll just dust a light amount all over the rest of the face. So let me go ahead and take a little powder brush. This is from the BH Cosmetics set that I got. This is the number 1. And I'm just gonna pack that a little, just a light dusting all over. I feel like this powder would be a really nice powder for those who need to kind of touch up throughout the day. Like I might even start carrying this powder around with me. It does feel really nice and lightweight. Has a little bit of color to it, but it's not like heavy at all. I like it so far. I'm talking about it like I've never used it before, but I totally just forgot about it. It looks really nice. I am going to go ahead and set my face using the e.l.f. Aqua Primer Mist. I'm scared. This spray is so rough. Golly, that is not a very fun experience. Alright, so let me go pop my brows on really quick because I don't have a brow product and I'm so mad at myself. But anyways, let me go do that really quick and I'll come back on and we'll finish this out. I'll be right back. We're back with brows. And my cat is crying and dying outside. So I have been super into doing all of my face makeup before I do my eyeshadow recently. So I'm going to do that because I'm a pro. That's what pros do. Just kidding. Do it however you like to do it. That's how I have been doing it. So I'm gonna take that number 10 brush from the BH Cosmetics set, and I'm going to take my e.l.f. contour palette, and this retails for $6, where I got it, at least. And I'm just gonna take this first shade right here. Nice little bronzer shade. Now, I don't know if they have, wow, that's like nothing. Okay, guess we'll just really build that up. It's a nice shade though. It's just like, I feel like I'm gonna be here for a while. Which honestly, I would rather it be like this, like you really have to build it up, rather than it being like too pigmented and you're like, oh crap. You know what I'm saying? Wow, this is gonna take me forever. For how much bronzer I like to wear? Dang. Because I'm so fair that it's just like, I really like to bring that color into my cheeks. That's why I use like the Hoola bronzer rather than the Hoola Light, because I'm just like, girl, give me all the color. But we're gonna have a natural bronze today is what we're gonna have. All I can think though with this color is I'm just like, how is anyone that is any darker than me going to use this, you know? I mean, this is like, I can barely see the bronzer on my face and I'm white as paper. Yeah, this is definitely not something that I will have the patience for every day. Like, this is a workout. I will say it's a good color for me though. Like, it is giving a really, really nice natural bronze. It doesn't look like it's contrasting too much, which I feel like I can be a little bit too heavy-handed with my Hoola bronzer sometimes, and it just looks like a little bit unnatural. But this looks really good. Okay, so I really, really don't like how much I'm having to build it up to get the pigmentation that I want, but I feel like because it has so little pigment to it, I am getting a really, really soft blend, and I do like that. Like, it's blending really, really nicely.
A few moments later.
So now I'm gonna take the contour shade right here, and I'm gonna take a smaller brush. This is the number 4 from that kit that I got from BH Cosmetics. I'm just gonna place that contour right into the deepest hollows to create that natural shadow. Oh, that's really showing on camera, isn't it? Oh, okay. Blend that out a little bit. This is a really, really nice contour brush. It's like nice and flimsy. Doesn't feel like it's tugging on, like, grabbing to the product that's on my face already. Like, it feels like it's just gliding over really, really nicely, which I feel like is really important whenever you're doing contour and bronzer. Same with that first brush that I use. Like, I really, really like these brushes so far, which doesn't surprise me at all, honestly, because I love BH Cosmetics brushes. It's just all about finding the right shape of brushes, you know what I'm saying? All right, I'm gonna take a smaller brush. This is the number 5 from that same brush collection. I'm gonna take that contour shade, and I'm just gonna bring that down the sides of my nose a little bit, just a smidge. That is a soft and natural contour if you ever did see one. If you ever done seen one. Why did I say that? Why have I done this? Okay, so we got a little highlight shade in here, which I've used before. I'm going to put it on so that you guys can see how it looks, but I'm just gonna tell you right now, it's not very pigmented. I'm just gonna use that same brush, and I'm just gonna take that on the side of my brush and pop that right onto tops of my cheekbones. And yes, I am applying my highlight before my blush because I like to. I feel like it helps everything to blend together really nicely. This is a really, really nice soft glow. Like, I feel like if you are not the strobing kind of person, you're okay to have a nice natural glow, this is for you. Like, this glow honestly reminds me a lot of the Kevin Aquan, the powder highlighter that's in the Kevin Aquan eye and face contour palette, or the contour book, or whatever it's called. That's how it looks by itself. Looks really nice, you know? It's not like a strobing highlight, but it adds a really, really nice soft glow. However, I also got the e.l.f. Baked highlighter in the shade Moonlight Pearls, and I ordered this directly from the e.l.f. website, I believe. No, I ordered it from Ulta. And this retails for $4. So here's the situation. My SD card got full, and I cannot for the life of me find my other SD card right now. I'm sure it's around here somewhere, and my eyes are just closed to it. But I had to go dump my SD card onto my laptop really quick so that I could finish out this video. So while I was taking a little break, a little 5-minute break there, waiting for it to upload to my computer, I went to go look at myself in my bathroom mirror, and I freaking love the way that my contour looks right now. I don't think it looks super pigmented on camera, but in real life, in real life, it has the softest, it feels like such a soft, natural, like beautiful contour. So I might be reaching for this palette again. I know that it took me forever to build it up to the pigmentation that I wanted, but I feel like because of that, it looks so soft. Like, the blendability is so good. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. But that's how I'm feeling right now. Anyways, let's get back to where I left off. This is the e.l.f. Baked highlighter, and this retails for $4. And I think it was this highlighter that I remember people saying that you kind of just have to get the first layer off, because it's something about the production of the product that it's like maybe the way that they press the pans or something, that you really just need to kind of get that first layer off, and then after that it's like a really nice beautiful strobing highlight. So let's try it. I really rubbed my finger and I think I got the first layer off, so I'm just gonna take that with that same brush here. We're gonna pop that onto our freaking cheekbones. Ooh, okay. Dang, that is nice. That I like better than the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector, actually. This reminds me of almost of my that one highlighter that I'm obsessed with, that if you've been following me, you know what I'm talking about, but that I won't say the name of because it looks like something that I don't want to say the name of. But it's so beautiful and I'm freaking obsessed with it. And this is what it reminds me of. But this is only $6. Not that I know how much the other one is because I haven't looked up the price, but it's so beautiful. Bringing that down the center of my nose, Cupid's bow, chin. I really, really like this because I feel like obviously it's a highlighter. It's going to enhance texture a little bit, but it actually looks really, really soft and natural. Feels like minimal texture enhancement. There's just something about it. I find that like the more powdery a highlighter is, the more it enhances texture, and the more like firm and like creamy a highlighter is, the less it enhances texture. Now, that's not always the case, but that's been my experience so far. Oh, I think I got a little bit out of hand there. Okay, yeah, I got a little excited. Looking a little sweaty now. Anyways, we're just gonna go with it. Whatever. This is me. This is me now. Obviously, this is well loved, very beaten up, but this is the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Coralina. This retails for about $8. Most places were selling it for like $7.99, a little over $8, a little under $8. Let's take it on the number 3. It's just like an angled fluffy brush. I'm a little bit concerned because this blush is pretty shimmery. We're gonna be glowing to the gods today. Okay. Whew. Not only are we glowing to the gods, but we are blushing. Oh my gosh. I don't think I've ever been this glowy in my life. Like, dang. Like, if alien life forms could not find us before, they're gonna be able to find us now because of me. Okay! I'm gonna set my face again. Just because I feel like I just put so much powder on my face and I need some wet back on my face. Oh my god, people are gonna be thinking that I just dumped a bucket of water on my face. Half of you guys are probably watching it and you're like, oh girl, you look so good, because you know that glow is a trend right now, but I am not used to all this. This is a lot. Okay, let's do our freaking eye makeup. I'm going to use the CoverGirl Katy Cat Eye mascara. However, just in case it's not available, I want to recommend the CoverGirl. This is the Professional Super Thick Lash. This is the waterproof version. This has been a tried and true one for me. However, I'm going to use this one today just because I have it. Kind of need to use it up too because it's getting pretty old. Just in case that one's not available, go for the CoverGirl, this one that I just said. Next, I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. eye primer, and this retails for a whopping $2, which is a huge thing when Urban Decay's primer potion retails for, I think their anti-aging one is $24, and I think the other ones are around $21. So this is a fraction, a small fraction of the cost. I really like to work my eye primer in until I feel like it's starting to set, because that way it doesn't set into any creases, but it sets nice and smooth. Alright, so for eyeshadow, I got this from CVS. It still has the little CVS sticker on it. But this is the e.l.f. Clay eyeshadow palette in the shades Necessary Nudes is what it's called. And this retails for only $6, which is a huge thing. And this comes with 5 colors in it. Oh, this does not look as warm as it does in the picture. That's a little bit... What? I feel like I got the wrong one. Look at the picture. Look at how warm the colors look on there, and then look at the... Oh, these are like taupe. I'm disappointed. Why? Alright, well, whatever. Has a little sheet in here that kind of tells you what to do with what. Highlight, base, lid, crease, line. We're not following that. I'm gonna do my own thing because I do not agree with that. I'm gonna use this little tiny mirror. It's so cute. I mean, look at this tiny little palette. I feel like it's just so small and so cute. All right, I'm just gonna dust off this brush from the one that I use for my highlighter, the number 5. And I'm gonna start with this little shade right here. This is the cutest little palette I've ever held. I'm just gonna dust that all into my crease. I know that this really isn't gonna add a lot of definition, and most people are darker than me, but this will start a base for the darker colors that you are going to use to blend over it. So now I'm gonna take this tapered crease brush and I'm gonna go into the darkest shade in the pan here, because ain't no way am I using this shimmery shade in my crease. That's a joke. Going back to that first brush, I'm just gonna blend over that. I like it. They feel like they blend really, really nicely. Again, I do wish that this palette was a little bit more warmed tone, but just because that's kind of why I bought it. Like, I saw the picture of it on the box and I was like, oh, how cute. It's like a nice warm tone palette. Felt like I would like it. And I do still like this. It's just not warm toned at all. It's very, very taupey, ashy based. But other than the colors not being what I wanted them to be, they blend super, super nicely. Like, they're super easy to work with. All right, I'm gonna just kind of dust off that tapered crease brush. And I'm gonna take that first shade that we used again and just run that right along my lower lash line. All right, and then I'm gonna take the number 9 in this brush collection, and I'm just gonna take the darkest shade in that pan again, and I'm just gonna kind of keep that really, really close to the lash line here. So now I'm gonna take this shade right here with the number 8 brush, and I'm just gonna plop that all over the lid. It's not super pigmented, but it does give a nice little bit of shimmer. For $6, I cannot complain. And then I'm gonna take this darker shade right here, the darker shimmer, and I'm just gonna flip my brush over and use the other side. And I'm just gonna plop that right in between the lighter shade and the crease color. And then I'm just going to dust that brush off. And I'm going to take the side of it and I'm just gonna dip into this shade right here, the lightest shade in the palette. Plop that right onto the inner corners. I'm gonna just take a little bit on the edge of the brush. Just pop that right onto the brow bone. Bam, 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 bam. All right, now I'm gonna take the e.l.f. liquid eyeliner, and this one retails for $2. Two smackaroos. What am I saying? Let's go ahead and do a wing. I am just so not used to using these kind of liquid liners anymore. I got so used to using the pens. Alright, it's time for some lashes. And these are the Kiss lashes in Poise is what they are called. And these retail for $8.88 at Walmart. I don't think I'll have to trim these at all, but I'm just gonna measure them on my eye just in case. What is this? This wing is just giving me all the issues right now. We're just gonna take a little bit of our Duo lash glue, which I don't remember the price of, but I do believe that you can get it around $5. It's like $5.99 or something like that. That might even be a little bit high. And while my other lash is getting ready, I'm just going to pop a little bit of mascara on top of these lashes because, you know, I like the drama in my lashes. I am all about the lashes every day. I'm not like floored by how my eyes look, but I actually am really liking how my complexion looks, from my foundation to my powder to the highlighter, bronzer, like everything in between. I just feel like I look so glowy, so natural, kind of like, I don't know, like it looks smooth, it looks hydrated, everything that you want your complexion to look like. Like, I'm kind of obsessed with it. Alright guys, so last but not least, we have lips. This is the e.l.f. Liquid Matte Lipstick in the shade Berry Sorbet. You know, your girl has got to do some kind of bold lip, especially since I knew that I was going to be doing neutral eyes. I was like, I don't want to feel washed out, so I'm going to get a nice bold lip. Oh, this packaging feels nice. Well, I'm pretty sure it's plastic, but it looks like it's glass. This retails for... oh, $5. All right, let's see how this applies. Whoa, the applicator is bigger than I expected it to be. I'm kind of nervous. I just got really nervous all of a sudden. I don't know why. Oh, that's nice. Wow, okay, that's really nice. Dang. It's not as like deep and berry-ish as I thought it was gonna be. Like, it's more leaning on the hot pink side, but it's really nice. Like, this made it, like the applicator and the formulation and everything made it really, really easy to get a nice, clean, crisp line. Okay, so super freaking happy with this lipstick. Like, as it's drying down though, it feels like super, super matte and almost like chalky feeling. It reminds me a lot of the Tarte lip paints. If you've ever used those, you know what I'm talking about, to where it dries down super matte. Like, it's not like a creamy matte at all. It's just like matte, matte, matte. Like, suck the life out of your lips kind of matte. However, it does tend to be one of the most long wearing formulas. So I am excited to see how this wears. Hopefully it'll wear super, super well. But I mean, look at how even the pigmentation is. Like, usually whenever you buy any kind of dark colors, whether it's like hot pinks or berries or plums and stuff like that from the drugstore, they're usually patchy as heck. I mean, even high end tends to be a little bit patchy. So just because those formulas are super, super hard to formulate, like, to get that even pigmentation, and just the fact that this applied so evenly, even pigmentation, it was super easy to get a nice crisp clean line with the formula and the applicator and everything. I am loving it. Depending on how this wears and how it makes my lips feel throughout the day, I might be reaching for more of these. And for what how much was it? $5? $5 freaking bucks as compared to 20, which is what most liquid lipsticks run for. This is a miracle. So I'm gonna set my face one more time. I always like to go over several times with my setting spray when I remember to, just to make everything last really, really well. So I just sprayed a little bit of the Hush Prism G Teal Breeze spray in my hair, so I got some teal going on. Look at how nice this color looks. It has such a nice like sheen to it, like it glows, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't look chalky and dead, like it just looks really, really nice. But anyways, let's go ahead and close out this video. I had so much fun trying on all these new products today. I feel like we found some really, really good ones. The foundation looks like it's working out really well so far. The shadow I was a little bit disappointed by just because it wasn't what I expected it to be. I bought it thinking it was gonna be more warm tone and it was more cool toned. So, however, the blendability, pigmentation, and everything was pretty good. Nothing extravagant, but good for being a $6 or $4 palette or however much it was. The primer, I cannot vouch for this until I see how it wears throughout the day, but I can already tell my eyeshadow is not creasing at all. So far so good. Lip product, I'm gonna say go ahead and get you some of these. Like, even though my lips feels pretty dry, it applies so nicely. I feel like you could just apply a little bit of lip balm over it throughout the day to keep your lips hydrated, but just how easy it was to apply, how pigmented it is, and the pigmentation goes on evenly and everything. I say this is a huge, huge win for a freaking liquid lipstick. The highlighter, absolutely beautiful. Totally go out of your way for it, especially if you love that strobing, like you want to be seen from space. Super, super nice. With this contour palette, it's hard for me to suggest it because I know that most people aren't as fair as me. Like, I'm definitely in the minority, and so it's hard to say because, like, if you are medium to dark, this palette is just not gonna show up on you. It works for me. I really, really like it, but if you are any darker than me, I feel like it's probably not gonna work for you. I could be wrong. You'll just have to build it up a lot more, which I feel like is not really worth it. Like, who has the time to build up their bronzer that much every day? You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, we got stuff to do. So this one, I personally really like it, and I will be reaching for it again and again. I know that it's not gonna work for everyone, so if it will work for you, I say definitely go out of your way and grab it, but I know that it's not gonna work for everyone. So the concealer slash highlighter, skip it. Gave me little to no coverage. The highlighter was kind of nice on the inner corners. I might reach for that again just to give a little bit of light reflection on those inner corners to help to brighten them up a little bit. But I would say really overall, skip it. It's not worth it. Lashes are super, super nice. Obviously, I use these on clients a lot, which is why I have the 5-pack, and I think these kinds might only be sold in the 5-pack, but hey, 5 pairs of lashes for $8. That's a win right there, especially whenever Huda lashes by themselves are like, what, $20 to $26 and upwards. It's like, these are well worth it. They're super comfortable. They're not gonna be like dramatic like Huda lashes or anything like that, but they're definitely great for like everyday wear because they're super comfortable. CoverGirl Advanced Radiance Powder. I have not used this in a while, obviously, but I really like it. I think I'm gonna start reaching for this more often. I'm gonna leave it on my desktop right here in front of me, my little tabletop, so that I remember to use it because it just kind of gets lost within the midst of everything. So far, I am really liking the e.l.f. Aqua Primer Mist. Like, I'm also gonna leave this on my tabletop to remember to use it throughout the day so I can form my opinion on it more. But so far, I really like it. The e.l.f. Liquid Liner, I'll go ahead and say I did wear this yesterday because I was like, I kind of want to try this liner today, and I just felt like trying it, so I did, and it did smudge onto the creases of my eye, which I was not super happy about. However, I was not wearing eye primer or eyeshadow that day, so maybe with my eyes being set the way that they are now, that might help with it and might keep it from smudging, but I don't know, we're gonna have to see. This one, it just depends on the person because it might last perfectly fine on somebody and it might smudge, just like every freaking eye product in the world smudges on me. Mascaras and liners are like my worst enemy. Obviously, I've used this a lot. I like it. It's a really good, just basic mascara. It's not giving you anything, like it's not giving you like amazing amount of length or amazing amount of volume or anything like that. It's just, it's a good basic mascara. Duo Lash Glue, obviously a cult favorite. This sponge was really nice. I'm really excited about this. Like, I'm definitely gonna be reaching for this more and more. I'm pretty freaking excited about this. My BH Cosmetics brushes were a huge win. I am so excited to have these in my collection. BH Cosmetics brushes are always a huge hit for me. The only thing that may turn me off to them is the shape, like depending on the shape of the brush, but that goes for any brush collection, but I really like the shape of all of these ones, so I am super excited to use these. Milani Baked Blush. I have had this in my collection for a long time. I still wear this all the time, have barely hit pan on it. I've used it on clients, I've used it on everyone and their mom. So I freaking love it, obviously. It is well worth the $8 because you're getting so much product. Like this I've had for several years. This is gonna last you a long time. Has a really nice glow to it, and the pigmentation is just like that perfect in between. It's not too pigmented, but it's not pigmented enough. Like blendability is really nice, and everything in between. And then the color correcting stick. I actually really liked this, surprisingly, and I thought that I wasn't gonna like this at all. I thought it was gonna be like dry and waxy and it wasn't gonna sit well on my under eyes, but come to find out, the concealer I didn't like, but this, I think I'm actually gonna be reaching for this more. So I'm pretty excited about it. I think that one is well worth the money as well. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. I really had a lot of fun filming this video today and trying on all these new products. I hope that you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Thank you to Kirsten so much for recommending and requesting that I do this video. I'm gonna try to reach for drugstore products more often because I feel like it's more fun. Like with drugstore products, it's either like hit or miss. Like whenever you find a drugstore product that works really well, you're like, oh yes, it's like goal. You know what I'm saying? High end, you kind of like expect them to work because they're so expensive. So anyways, that is pretty much everything for this video. Let me know what you guys would like to see next. Let me know what tutorials or products you would like me to put to the test next, and I will be sure to get to them. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all in Wednesday's wear test. Bye. Is that everything? Oh, no. No, it's not. No.